right. Hello, America. My name is Grace Joshua. I'm a real estate agent of Northwest Indiana. I'm at Macaulay. You can reach me at gracejoshua@macaulay.com. That's MCCOLLY. All right, today we're about to have a discussion, okay? So I want to introduce you to my friend, my host, my co-host. He just, it's a lot to introduce him, but he is very honest, and trustworthy. So I can say to you, America, that if you ask us questions, he is the type of person that is going to give you the truth, okay? So with that being said, I want him to let you know what he do for a living, and we'll go from there. Introduce yourself. What is it that you do, sir?
Hello, my name is Sean Drayton, aka Dre. I'm known for Dre's Place Barber and Beauty Salon that was originally established between 07 into 2019. I've been an entrepreneur for them years. It was a nice, successful run for my establishments. I had 3 locations. But right now we're sitting in the 4th location. I reopened Dre's Place Phase 4 home business. So we're actually sitting inside the salon studio as we speak. For one thing, by this, we making this situation, this YouTube talk fun and making it we can reach out to people and people can reach out to us on certain topics that we can talk about or whatever it is, and just if it could be funny or not being honest, and just like don't be shamed and be embarrassed to talk and ask questions or whatever it is you need to know. What we could tell you, what we know. We don't know everything, but we just trying to figure it out. But by this being our first opening and first viewing, give me 1 second.
And that is right, because we are not professionals. We want to put that out there.
I want to give these roses to
Really?
my host.
That is so beautiful.
Just for being who she is and trying to venture out and make something happen on our quality time and time that we're trying to available to get to you all. So with that be further said, I'm gonna put you all back with Grace, and we're gonna start it.
All right, so my first question to you is, what made you want to become a barber?
What made me become a barber? Well, I became a barber within the household, my family. My father has 4 brothers, and back in the 70s, he was the barber of the family. So
who, your father?
My father was.
Okay.
And with that being said, 77, 79, between 77, 79. 79 I was 9 years old, and my dad came out from cutting all their hair, his brother's hair. So with me just visually seeing the clippers around and playing with them back when I was experimenting on my head and getting my butt whooped by my mama because messing with my dead clippers, I was chopping my head up, and it was just a whole lot of stuff. I just would never let the clippers just be where they supposed to be put up. My dad said, do not touch them clippers, do not touch my clippers. I always touched them, and I always was cutting. And then I had the nerve to be taking his clippers and take them with me so I could go cut other people's hair on the neighborhood block, which I got in trouble for. But that craft that I saw my father just cutting my uncles, it was just a niche that I had in me, and then became something I used later on in life, down 40 years later. Mm-hmm. So after being incarcerated for some time, from 6 years, from 99 to 2005, I was a barber within the federal prison And then I learned more skills cutting diverse hair, which was the straight hair versus our curly hair. Working among the Mexican and Caucasian barbers, and it was just a thing that I had picked up with me doing 6 years. I said, well, let me just educate myself to learn how to cut straight hair, and then I'll be able to work scissor over comb, clip over, comb on certain haircuts and dues, and that's what I came out to do after I attended school after my 6-year incarceration. Maryville Beauty College, went to Maryville Beauty College and did a 1,500 hour program and completed it, and worked among my co-workers, all the barbers I worked among, Darville, my boy Dante, Tyrone Jackson, Mr. Leonard, man, Archie, rest in peace, Blaine, Mario, Justin. We was all in one building, and it was just.
So how's your clientele now with like diverse clients? Do you have a lot of Caucasian people now, or is it mainly blacks, or is it a mix?
Yeah, whatever come through the shop.
You do walk-ins?
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever come through the shop and whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm a hairstylist. I know all texture types of hair. So.
Well, my question is, so having the experience of both worlds, right? Like the blue collar, white collar versus the entrepreneur. Which profession do you feel is better? Which one did you like better? Or which one do you like better? To be an entrepreneur, where do you feel like it's free? Your schedule is free, you could come and go as you please, or as far as the blue collar, white collar, you are structured to this schedule, and you're gonna make a certain amount every week or bi-weekly, however one get paid out there. What is the difference?
The difference when you're an entrepreneur and making your annual income, how you do it, if it's daily, monthly, quarterly, out the year, it's something that you have to budget. And then just being an entrepreneur, within having a blue collar, white collar job, we lack the benefit side. So within us paying into certain insurances and for our health care and other things that we pay into, our taxes, because within the white and blue collar job, all that get took out, through with the IRS or through your wages on your job. But with that, you have to be kind of.
But you still have to pay it though, right?
Yeah, you still have to pay it. And it's the same as us. So when it comes tax time, when you file at the end of the year, your 1099. It depends, where your income, what you want to tell your accountant, or if you file the taxes yourself, you got to give yourself whatever you want to come back and return. But understand, it depends what you put into, your earnings, because it's rough. It can be rough, and it depends what type of revenue you bringing in. If you're renting out chairs or you just working among yourself being solo, so. And just trying to gain all them deductibles.
So what advice would you give someone, like, okay, say for example, me, if I come to you and I say, hey, Dre, this is what I'm thinking. I want to quit my job that pays me very well and become an entrepreneur. I feel like with the real estate game, that it's a lot of money that could be made, because there's so many different ways you can make money in real estate, right? So I want to quit and I just want to go full fledged, like I'm ready. What would you advise me to do in that situation?
My advice is to make sure that you're making the right decision, because become an entrepreneur and then you got to put your all into doing your task or whatever it is you're trying to pursue. And doing that is like, take care of your business, being at work on time, opening up the doors on time, treating your customers with great value and respect, communication and all that. But to be on your job and then to give up what you might, I don't know, it depends if you feel like you have to make another decision of your pay. Why would you want to go to entrepreneur? Because you got a hobby, something that you want to pursue.
But I'm not looking at it as a hobby. I'm looking at it as I want to make like real revenue. I want to be at least in the 100,000, 200,000 annually. So that's like that's good money.
Yeah, well, when you're into real estate, yeah, if you're able to do and complete the tasks of schooling and understanding the craft and the art of real estate, I think that's a good.
About saving, to save and write it down how you want to play it out, I guess you could say, and then go off of that.
Yeah, but being entrepreneur, that status is I'm understanding that real estate is a topic of your nature, and this is one reason we're hosting this show, because we will have advertisement for you at the end of the show to reach out. But yeah, the real estate is where it's at right now.
So tell me this. You've been married before, divorced. I've been married before, divorced. But this is just a relationship question. If a wife decide, we don't say wife. If a wife decide, hey, I want to make this move. I want to become an entrepreneur versus working, and she's married. Do you think she should talk to her husband about that decision first? Or what if she just feeling it that day and come home and say, okay, look, we'll say it this way. Say, for instance, we're married. I decide today is the day. I quit. I'm done. Badge off. And I come home. Dre, I decided to quit today. I'm going full-fledged, just straight real estate. What would you say to me, as your wife?
And I'm just not hearing of it that day. That's
Not hearing of it today.
That's a spontaneous action. Like
No. That's good. Your response.
That's something that you have to. I probably have a frog in my throat. I just probably like, hey, is this something that you want to do? And we ain't sit down and talk about it. But if this is your decision, and you got your energy because you do things in the nature of, when you want to do it, you put your all into it. I done seen you in the past, and when you put your all into it, I can have belief that you can do it, because I done seen you do a lot of tasks as far as in school, college, all that stuff that you done did. You always complete and be successful in what you're doing. That's where you at now. So
you ride with me?
I'll ride with you.
You ride with me?
Yes, I'll ride with you because I know you.
See, that's a good thing, because I always thought as the wife, of course I'm not married now, but I just feel like a wife should have the option to work if she wants to work, and a husband should back her with that. I know everybody don't think that way, but I do. I think that way. I just feel like a wife should have that option. So, I don't know. So, again, another question about entrepreneurship. So, have you ever experienced hate in the game? Like people mad because you're successful? You say you have this your fourth shop. So, back in the day, you had 1, 2, 3. As you're growing, did you have like jealousy? How did you handle that if you did?
I pretty much didn't have. It was probably jealousy after everything was established, because among my doing, I try to do things within silence, because actions speak louder than words. So when I did everything, I too much didn't put it out there on Front Street like, okay, I'm about to be having a barber shop and this and that. It was like, okay, I was working at one barber shop and I seen a building that was next to another building, and I just had said, okay, I'm gonna make a plan. You don't brag about it to people, because when you start bragging and start talking about your things and your ventures, they'll take your dream from right up underneath you. So therefore, like I said, you got to stay silent on some things. And so the building I was looking for was on right there, 57 Harrison, 801 and 803 address. That was 801, 803 West 57 in Harrison. And it was just like, I just had to be quiet about it because it was up for lease. You know, it only takes somebody just, okay, oh, he think he finna get the building, oh, I'm gonna cross him and come in. So you stay away from that. Then I don't be worried about the haters and what people think. But when I did open up all 3 locations, the 3rd location was on 68th and Broadway, right by Maryville, down the street from Maryville High School.
Mm-hmm.
When I opened up that location, I feel like I got a lot of hate because they didn't expect me to, you know, do another building. But it was a local bar, pub I used to go to, a shoe pool, and the guy that was originally on the other barbershop, he was there for like 35 years. So after he passed away, they had a rent sign on him. I left the building, stayed with the occupation of the rent sign in the window for like 90 days. Nobody came and rented it, so I said, well, let me try it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, ended up getting the building. Then it seemed like it was like, man, he done did it again, you know. It was more, I got some congratulations, but it was like, man, this dude, you know. And then they see how I live, I work, and I keep moving, and I come back to work when I feel like it, take a 3-hour lunch, and work from 7 to 12.
A 3-hour lunch? What you doing for 3 hours?
Taking my bodily break. When you standing there,
that's the entrepreneur about it all. Oh my God. 3 hours,
yeah.
Lord Jesus.
So by me opening promptly for the years I did open for that 15 years, it was from 7 in the morning. Doors open up at 7. Okay, then 7 to 12, 7 to 1, I'm working, like straight cutting hair. And then you get a dry spell. You know, the kids in school, so you wait for the kids to get out of school for the weekdays. And so you got your older people that normally come during the morning. You're on your feet all day. From 7 to 12, when the person normally take a lunch on a 12-hour shift or an 8-hour shift within that half time. So that's what I do. So with that dry spell, I try to do things within my area. And it might 2-3 hours, but I'm back in the shop when the kids get out of school, about 3 o'clock. When things start back moving and the streets get to moving with the school buses and the kids come to the barbershop, yeah, I'll be back. So that little time space, that's what
so
I
how
had.
do you market yourself?
Market myself. Back then, it was through advertisement, flyers, cards, the cash.
Did you do the legwork? You went out and gave out the flyers and stuff like that?
Yeah, I had a person that did my flyers, and I did the legwork. That's when we was back advertising on cars while people was probably on a Sunday. You had people at church. We hit the church parking lots and put flyers on people's cars and grocery stores, and just pass out the general information of, you know, the shop location and, you know, now today technology, we ain't got it.
And I still see that on Facebook, like Facebook, Instagram, a lot of people always saying, how do I market? How do I market? And it's just, I don't know, some people out there now, they have businesses where they will market for you, but you know, you're paying them. But if you're not making no money, you know, but.
Right, that's a waste of money. You can market yourself and have your friends help market, you know, like, you know.
What if you don't have no friends?
No, I know, okay, that's understandable, so.
Some people don't have friends.
Yeah, but you have to say, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to even doubt that. So you just have to market whatever it is that you have to market within yourself.
How do you feel? Did you ever experience like friends and family that want discounts? Because you know, a lot of people get that kind of, you know, they don't understand this is my business. No, I cannot give you a discount. This is my living. You know, but some people, they like, are you from the hood? You from my neighborhood? Why? Dang, you gonna charge me the regular price? How did you feel about that? Because I know you had to have some people that's like how much is a haircut, a regular haircut?
Well, now today, even in the past, today, it's quite expensive. But
is it?
yeah.
How much was it back in the day?
You get a haircut for $15.
$15, and then you had that guy that be like, you gonna charge me 15? What do you do?
They want to bring you 10. They,
do you address it right then, or you give the hookup?
No, I address that. I do like a trade-off status. I'm like a Dow Jones, like I put you on the trading block. I used to have 5 other barbers in my shop. So therefore, if you want to hustle and think you want to downgrade me, family or friend, I can introduce you to my barber right to the right of me. Cause I'd rather not for you to swindle me, but I'm not trying to pass on no headache, but I'll throw them off on the trade. And that's called the draft pick. And I got other barber owners and people, clients that know about how stern I am about certain things, and then how can I just get rid of a client. I don't get rid of clients. It's just like, if you can't meet my standards, I'm open at 7, and then I'm working from 7 to 7, and then I just ask for my lunch at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever it is. Then I'll be back in the shop at 3:30 once the kids get out of school. If you can't find out and come to my hours, I'm there. I'm there faithfully, and was there faithfully.
So y'all open kind of, or like Jackie back in the day, because she was doing my hair, using with my haircut and stuff, and she'd have, like, you know how y'all have y'all signs, how you got all these signs and stuff up in the shop, and one of her signs said, like, credit is a disease, don't worry, you won't catch it here, you know what I mean? Right. So it was like, I guess, like, putting it in the forefront, like, don't start talking about some, give me the hookup type of deal.
And what she stating by that makes that statement, people come in short, or can I just get my hair done until I get paid? You had those situations. No, I'd rather, and see, my thing is, I don't want to get paid early. Cats want to pay me in advance. I don't want to get paid in advance. I want to get paid when you come, because it's an unpleasant feeling to cut your hair for free, to service for free. I don't care if it's 1 out of 100 people. I don't want to know.
So how do you give back to your community? Do you ever do like a day, first 3 people free haircut? Like, how do you give back to your community? Do you do anything like that?
When we did back to school cuts. I did a back to school cut from 07 all the way up to 19. So I did a back to school cut every year, and that's what I gave back. That was the only give back to school cuts. And then if the kids had, if they made honor roll, if you came to Dre's place and you had an honor roll,
report card, did they have to bring the report card with them?
Yes, they had to bring the report card.
Nice.
You got a free haircut. And so we did that, and that was the only give back I could do. Because they're not participating in a lot of things as far as hair shows, and then the Indiana Commission up in Indianapolis, they do a whole lot of things that involve with mentoring and giving back to Indiana. And what they do, they come from Indianapolis, and they do the blood banks and the diabetes tests and all the test scans for men. So they set up in the back of the shop every year and do them tests free. The only thing they need is the numbers of people to come get tested, so they can get their numbers back to the commission up in Indianapolis. But that was part of giving back too, because they was always,
for sure. And today, a lot of the young people, they lack with mentors, because I asked a lot of people, who is your mentor? And a lot of people get offended now, like, nobody, no, I got this, I can do this myself. And I'm just like,
it's the world we live in. They figure like they got it on their own.
Did you grow up with a mentor, or do you have a mentor today?
Yeah.
You have one today?
My mentor today is my father, my mother. They always, keeping me sharp and making sure, like, okay, how you working, and making sure that, how things are doing on the job, and making sure that, okay, just keep working, doing what you got to do, So they my mentor. Then you was my friend, you my mentor.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes you give advice to people as friends and you don't really know if they taking it or they just like, yeah. So that's nice.
No, because the way you move and educate yourself, you know, you pass it on the knowledge to a person like me. I can understand and read where you're going with it, and versus I could gain the experience of what you're, you know, telling me. Versus if you try to teach me something, like you've been telling me a lot about the real estate. I don't know nothing about real estate, but as far as me, you know, building my success in being a barber and opening up builders, doing the craft for remodeling and all that, yeah. And that was part of leasing. It was about me leasing, bringing in the volume of people as far as leasing and renting out my chairs and building that versus real estate. Real estate is selling a home, dealing with value of the equity of the house, and the, you know, versus just getting booth rent from a person and depending on somebody coming in and renting the chair.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, you know, understand your learning in school. You saw you go to a couple of tech colleges in your past. I think not two, probably three. So like,
Well, I always try, like I was telling the guy at work the other day, we was talking and he was saying about learning, and I was telling him, I said, well, the saying goes, you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach, you know, so you never know who you're going to get it from. But the way I feel is that if you have a circle, you should be learning something from every person in your circle, because if you're not learning anything from them, then they irrelevant to even be in your circle. If you're gonna invite someone into your life, you need to learn something. Even if you're learning what you don't want in your life, you learning something. I don't want to be like this. I don't want you. Okay, you did that. Okay, you know. So, and I have had two mentors that I can really say in my life. One, she passed away. Her name was Connie Anthony. I worked with her at the glass factory, and oh my goodness, she was so awesome. The things this lady taught me, I was just like, wow. She really taught me a lot, you know. And she passed away. And then I started working at another job, and I met Mr. Bolton, who I call my father. I always called him my dad. And till today, this man still teaches me a lot, you know. So, and I lean on him a lot. And it's not that he is calling me like, hey daughter, did you do this, did you do that? It's like our conversation just flows, and he helped me with so much, especially with thinking God gives everyone common sense. That was a big one for me, because I struggled with that. I was like, no, like, man, he was arguing. I was like, no, God give everybody common sense. And he like, no, daughter, that's just not true. And I'm like, what you mean? But I have always heard my grandmother say that. So it was embedded in my head that God gives everyone common sense. So when someone don't do something to your liking, you automatically say that they don't have common sense, you know, not knowing that they might not understand it. Everybody learns differently, not knowing that if they just never heard of it a day in their life, and that's possible, you know. But us as humans, we get to, that's kind of like passing judgment, and I'm not a judgmental person, as you know. So when he said that and brought that to my light, I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, common sense, his favorite saying is, common sense is just not that common, you know. And I'm like, But it's a lot you can learn from a mentor, and I think that's a really good like asset to have in life is a mentor, because at least you have somebody who you can lean towards to lead you the right way. But I feel like also you have to be able to lean towards someone that's going to tell you the truth, because sometimes we have those friends that tell you what you want to hear, and then you have those friends that will put you in your place and tell you when you're wrong, you know. So I don't know. What would you like to hear more from your friends? Do you want, pretty much, if you come to your friend and want to talk about something, Are you more of a I want you to listen to me type of friend, or do you want feedback and you're gonna actually take that advice? Like, how do you really view yourself with friends? Do you want somebody just to listen to you?
Yeah, that's basically just me. But I don't want. I can consider your feedback, but it's more like I gotta relate the issue and put it out, let you know what I'm going through, how you think I should go about it. So I'm more like a person that probably asks the question versus take your direct, your comments and gestures. I have friends like that. Well, you should be doing this reason. But if you know the whole story, I'm just gonna give you what I'm gonna give you.
Right.
But some people go extreme of just understanding, like, okay, well, if I rather give about the situation and be like, what should I do, or how do you think I should go about it?
And then that's that opening. Okay, I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your advice. But if I'm just talking to you, and some people don't understand that it's a line. Sometimes a person just need a listening ear. And sometimes people need advice, so it's a big difference, I believe.
It is. And in today's world, I'm gonna do today's world. Today's world, the youth and everybody's not trying to get no advice. They just going about it their way. And that's why a lot of little things happen in the world today, because the kids know it. They know it already, versus not understanding that it's out here free to give out this advice. If you just reach out and be like, okay, I need someone to talk to, just find out who is it that you need to go talk to, who you think you trust, and be the person that's gonna be honest, so you can open up and let off whatever you got to let off and talk about it, versus just harvesting in and if it's something that you need help with, work ethic, schooling, learning, anything.
Gotta say something.
Religious, if you want to move on a spiritual path, you definitely got to find a high power and mentor as somebody in the church. And sometimes you ain't got to find somebody in the church. You can find somebody within your family, your best friend at school, or your work, your employee, your coworker. I don't know.
Trust is heavy. That's heavy. So yeah, and that leads me to another relationship question. Because me and a friend was talking today, and a question came up that kind of baffled me a little bit. But the question was, can a woman drive her man into another woman's arms? Is that possible?
What do you mean, drive?
Drive him away, and you driving him to be with another woman.
It could happen.
But
especially if the inside source of that couple's not talking like they should be.
But why go to another woman? Why not just talk to the woman you're with? What can a woman do to drive you to another woman? Why wouldn't it just be less communicating?
Because I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of men, they ain't trying to communicate, and depends what their situation is. I'm just being frank. They rather just walk away and be like, well, I'm just gonna go on to the next. And it depends how.
But they still be with that same woman, so it's like having your cake and eat it too type of thing. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah, and if that woman allow it, they'll sit back and wait, versus letting a man drive to another woman, and now she got to play her role, or she might already have another role play as herself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when the stuff is just keep on being stirred in the pot, or what they say, you add coals to the fire. Yeah, that's all it be, So yeah, this ain't a royalty purified world where everybody doing the right thing. So
Nope.
so it depends on your situation and your relationship.
What advice would you give me if I came to you and I said, Dre, as a friend, I just want to talk to you. I feel like, I don't know what it is, I feel like I drove my man to another woman, because I don't think he'd be with her if it wasn't because of me, because I wasn't satisfied with XYZ that he was doing at the house, and instead of me talking to him about it, I just gave him I guess like hell, I guess you could say hell every time he came home, to the point he probably didn't want to come home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get off of work, and when you get off of work and you don't want to go home, that's a problem. That's a problem, because that's your sanctuary and you should be comfortable at home and happy, and you know, so if you don't want to go home, it's because you don't want to hear her mouth about whatever it might be. What would your advice be to me? I'm like, I don't know, maybe it was me.
Well, it could be a woman, but it don't have to be because you don't want to go home and hear her mouth. It could be related things. Depends. The woman might be boring. She might not cook. What's the reason I'm gonna come home for? And I still ain't gonna get no home cooked meal, so I'm not gonna find my way when I get off work and continue to, you know, as long as I'm there and I can answer my phone. If you need me, I'll be there. But if you ain't cooking, be like, the men we have some type of, let me see, I don't know how to put this. But if your woman at home cooking and you get off work and she doing this, she could cook twice a week. It don't matter. I'm coming home.
What if she don't know how to cook? Does that matter?
You shouldn't have started the relationship. You should have had nothing.
Okay, that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
So if you knew that she couldn't cook, why would you have the relationship? Did you know that she could cook before you? And then some women be like, I can't cook, I just don't like to cook.
Yeah, some women, they'll say they know how to cook and then understand they get in the kitchen and it was a lot. They just wanted a man. About time.
But they might think they cook very well.
But see, you hook up with a lady, then, you know, y'all dated a whole year going over to the city, to Chicago, to the Grand Lux, and over here at the Crab House and
Eating out every day, huh?
Yeah, then by the time it's time for her to cook, the next year at Thanksgiving, she don't know what to do. Then she trying to order out Cracker Barrel on that day, but I'm like, when am I gonna find out when you're gonna cook?
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You so silly.
So, but if you ain't got no time, the time that we've been dating and talking, and it ain't no significant time just to have a romantic evening, like, okay, I did some Alfredo and shrimp or some lobster tails, just come on, where that area at? So he ain't gonna never come home.
So, sort of like what I said, how I feel like a woman should have the option to work. Do you feel like a woman in a relationship with you needs to know how to cook?
Yeah.
That's like
That's a plus.
Is it a plus or is it a cutoff? If you don't know how to cook, she's not the woman for you?
No, I'm gonna say that because in my situation, I love to cook, but
right.
I learned something in the past that is not good to just put my all this because I know how to cook. And just
but you like to cook too. It ain't that just you know how, you like to cook.
You like to cook, and then you figure like, okay, I could take the weight of that, and then you put yourself, okay, I took the weight of that, so that's what it's going to be expected to be. But damn, let's come in, you know, once, twice out the year, damn, 3 times out the year, something versus out of 30 days out of each month, we gotta eat. Somebody gotta do something, but just not to just be like, okay, and not be like, okay, I can't have a special day where you cook once a month, just pop up, okay, we're gonna fry some chicken and make some rice. Easy stuff. I don't think, nah.
To you, it might be easy. To somebody who don't know how to cook or don't like to cook, it might be a task. And they probably like, yeah, I'm not doing this, or I don't feel like doing this.
They got cookbooks, they got Google, they got all type of things. You can know how to go shop, know how to talk about, know how to go get the right shoe for the dress and all that. It's the same thing as cooking.
That is not the same thing. Oh my goodness, no, it's not.
Put the ingredients together for the shoe and the dress to match, and then put it in the pot and put it
Every
on.
woman can't dress either, so some of them you like,
Yeah,
what
right.
do she have on? Well, what do he have on? So
We done jumped to another subject. You're right.
I just said, they spend money, they shop, but the crap don't look right. But anywho, are you okay? How you feel? Doing good?
As I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad this was an exciting moment for you, and I enjoyed it. And
So again, where can they find your barbershop at?
well, my location is gonna be my phone, my device. So Dre's Place Phase 4 Home Services, and the number is 219-771-6666. That's 219-771-6666. If you need a service and a professional cut, hot towel shade, razor lining, all that, give me a holler, give me a call. I can set you up an appointment. I can send you a link and show you what I got going on. The address is not just available, I'm not open to the public as well. I have to view and interview my people.
You cut really good though. Like I've seen women who like you cut their husband's hair and they like went home and gave them something strange. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
he came through the door, he was looking, oh my God. And I'm like, girl, stop. So you really do cut.
And I do, thank you. When I do cut, my men clients, I really cut for the spouse and for whoever, you know, he's engaged with, his girlfriend or whoever, but so I can make a
Whoever he
change. Yeah,
engaged.
because I need that woman to be like, hey, whoever cut your hair, you need to go back.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
where it happens, you know. I reincarnate my guys, and then when they go home, the woman loves it. And
That's
they
part of
cut-
the problem. Now these other heifers coming out of the woodwork, you know. So, oh, that's something else. That's another time.
Oh, Lord.
But no, seriously, you really do a good job. So,
That ain't my problem if they go get scouted
straight
out.
away.
Yeah.
It's
But that's
another
what my
woman's
hair,
arms.
yeah,
You
that's
know
what my
what?
haircuts do. But that ain't
That's what
my
they gonna
problem.
say. It was the haircut, baby. That's messed up. Oh, but however, going forward, we will take emails from you guys. Y'all can send us discussions that you want us to talk about, any topic. Nothing is off limits. We'll talk about whatever with you. We have an email. What's our email address? It's Dre and Grace Talk at gmail.com. So that's DRAY, the and sign, GRACE, talk, TALK at gmail.com. You can send us your questions there. We'll read it off live to you. We'll answer them. And we're also going to take calls. So when we take calls, we'll have it live so that person on the phone can engage with us as well. So we want to say thank you and stay tuned for the next one next Sunday. I'll let you know within the week what day is coming out or whatnot. So we just working to get ourselves where we need to be. Again, I'm here to serve your real estate needs. Again, you can catch me at Grace Joshua at Macaulay.com. If you are looking to sell, looking to rent, looking to lease, looking to buy, nothing is off limits. Give me a call. All right, we good?
We good.
All right. Peace.